Tonight on News 13.
Fire investigators are still trying to find the cause of a raging fire over the weekend, which left 10 people homeless and several injured. Firefighters say be careful with wood-burning stoves after one family is forced out of its home when a wood burner sparks a chimney fire. Thanksgiving is supposed to be a day of family and counting your blessings. So what do you think of retailers who want us to shop rather than share the holiday?
This is News 13 Now.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to News 13 Now. I'm Matthew Petrillo. Are pre-holiday layoffs in store for employees of the city of Hazleton? The mayor says it could happen, and he's blaming city council. At a news conference this afternoon, Mayor Joseph Yannuzzi says that because city council didn't approve a stormwater collection fee at its last meeting, the city of Hazleton is still short about $500,000, and the budget puts the problem's danger of shutting down City Hall for the month of December. Police, firefighters, and employees who plow snow and continue working but be paid off later. Yannuzzi appealed to City Council to reconsider the stormwater fee. The money the fee would have generated was to go to pay the city's bills. Now, the mayor says his only solution was to get a loan by taking out a tax anticipation note, but the budget shortfall means no bank will give the city the loan. The mayor says the situation is serious, but current and future members of council are asking, why didn't we wait so long to reveal the bad news?
Because we don't have money coming in January. They should have planned ahead. Also, they should have come to these other meetings. I don't think Bast and Shatter are going to pass the resolution.
If council was to approve the stormwater fee, that would cause us to be receiving in the near future $500,000.
Unless money comes in at the last minute, but we usually don't collect anything in December or January, even into February, no taxes come in, we need to get money from somewhere, which we have nothing right now.
The mayor says if the city doesn't come up with the money this week, workers could be furloughed and the city shut down as of December 2nd. Fire investigators in Schuylkill County are still searching for the cause of this weekend's massive fire that destroyed 4 homes and left 10 people out in the cold. People from several homes had to escape the inferno, which erupted late Friday afternoon from the adjoining homes in Schuylkill Avenue in the Bunker Hill section of Pottsville. When fire crews arrived on the scene, they discovered heavy fire and smoke coming from the rear of 217 Schuylkill Avenue. Flames quickly spread along the roofline, engulfing the top floors of 3 adjoining homes. Several of the families were taken to the home out of the time. They made it out all right, but fire officials say 4 people suffered minor injuries. Neighbors who stood and watched by as the homes were engulfed said the fire spread in a matter of minutes.
A little after 3:30, I went to let my dog outside to go to the bathroom, and I looked up the way to my right, and there was just flames coming out of one of the second-story windows. And we were just concerned about the rest of the block, considering the houses are so close together.
Crews were called back to the scene late Saturday afternoon when the fire rekindled in one of the homes. While fire investigators haven't made a final determination, they say they believe the fire erupted in the back of the home at 217 Schuylkill Avenue. A Tamaqua family is out of its home after a fire this weekend in the Dutch Hill section. Fire investigators say a wood-burning stove apparently sparked a fire in the home's chimney on Glenwood Avenue at around 1:20 Saturday afternoon. Firefighters say the family had loaded up the wood-burning stove and then went to sleep for the night. The fire sparked a short time later, and the 3 people inside were about to get out safely. Firefighters were on the scene in minutes, and the blaze heavily damaged the floor. The rest of the home suffered smoke and water damage. An adjoining home that is vacant was also damaged. The family is staying with relatives. Well, one man had to be flown to a trauma center after a violent one-car crash in Rush Township Sunday morning. Investigators say the man was driving along Route 54 at around 5 a.m. when the car went out of control, hit a piece of concrete, and then slammed into a barn. Responders had to use the jaws of life to get the man out of the badly damaged car. He sustained some injuries and was taken to the Lehigh Valley Hospital. Police haven't released the name of the victim, but do say he was not the owner of the car and was apparently in the country illegally. Route 54 was shut down for several hours, and crews rescued the victim and cleared the scene. Well, it's the kind of tragedy that needs to be prevented. That's why people in Pottsville had a special ceremony in honor of National Survivors of Suicide Day. Community members gathered at the Yuengling Bicentennial Park to remember loved ones who lost their lives too soon. Schuylkill County Suicide Survivor Group Hope After Loved Ones held its 5th annual Candlelight Remembrance Ceremony. Over 50 luminaries and those taking part joined in the prayers and poems. HALO is a part of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, which brings people together to understand and actively try to prevent suicide.
It's not talked about a whole lot, and people need to realize that this is a problem, that people are doing this, and we want to raise awareness and make sure that people know that this is not a way to handle your problems. It shows the community support, and it shows people that they're not alone, that they can come here and they can grieve their loved ones, and that nobody's judging them, and everybody's feeling the exact same thing they are.
HALOS meets twice a month at the Trinity Episcopal Church on Howard and 2nd Street. New members are welcome to join, and if you know anyone who is struggling or considering suicide, you can call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at the number on the bottom of your screen. One family continues to. Cherubs is a national nonprofit organization which helps families who are fighting diagraphic scenario in 60 countries throughout research, awareness, and support. A fundraiser was held in memory of Ariana Lugo, who passed away from CDH in February. CDH is a rare birth defect where the organs from the stomach get pushed into the chest due to a hole in the diaphragm. Her family continues to fight the fight by raising money and awareness.
Well, we wanted to keep her name alive. That was the first and foremost. Ariana Lugo, we want her name to be out there and know that many families go through what our family went through, and not a lot of people know about it. They don't know about the congenital diaphragmatic hernia diagnosis, and this organization, this nonprofit organization, gives so much to thousands of families, and they gave so much to our family that we just want to give back to them.
We want to raise awareness, and all these babies need help. 50% survive, so it just needs more awareness and more research to help these children out.
Only 50% of babies diagnosed with CDH survive, and all of the money raised will go towards Cherubs. If you would like to find out more on how you can help, donate by visiting the website at the bottom of your screen. Well, Black Friday used to be a post-Thanksgiving tradition. The early morning shopping, the doorbusters searching frantically for that special item. This year, Black Friday is more or less falling on Thursday. More than a dozen big retailers announced this year they'll be open on the holiday. That says some shoppers are saying, leave Thanksgiving alone. I went to the Schuylkill Mall to find out more.
Nowadays, everybody's going shopping on Thursdays.
The Schuylkill Mall won't be open Thanksgiving, but its anchor stores like Bonton will, along with several other stores.
Inventories are good. We have over 500 doorbusters. We're excited about it.
John Bourne of the Frackville Bonton says this is the first year the chain store is opening up here at the Schuylkill Mall Thanksgiving Day.
The customers asked for it. Usually at midnight they were ready to go. So we're going to see how ready to go they are at 8 o'clock.
Bonton isn't alone. Sears, Deb, and Bath & Body Works will also open 8 o'clock Thursday. Kmart will open even earlier, 6 a.m. Thanksgiving Day. Bourne says the reason is simple. Customers want deals. And according to a survey from the National Retail Federation, he's right. Nearly 1 in 4 people say they will shop on Thanksgiving. Customers at the Schuylkill Mall had mixed reactions.
I don't think the store should be open Thanksgiving Day. I think that should be a family day.
Spend time with your family and go shopping with them. Like, I always go shopping with my mom, and that's like our quality time together because we love to get a good deal.
Because it's easier, all the family will be there. You can see what they want, and then you can go get stuff for the family.
It's heartbreaking because I think that Thanksgiving is a very family-oriented holiday, and it shouldn't be all about shopping. And we're taking away from America sitting down with their family. Everybody's all worried about getting out at the right time to make sure they're at the Thursday Black Friday, which makes no sense.
Now, the National Retail Federation says some shoppers will do anything for a good deal, and that's especially true this year. There's about 27 shopping days between Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's the shortest holiday shopping season since 2002. Well, still ahead on News 13 now, our first real taste of winter is scheduled to move right through, and it will be a wintry mix, or a more like, well, we'll tell you in News 13 weather. And then everyone looking to that roasted Thanksgiving turkey on your holiday table, but how does it get there? We'll visit the source when News 13 Now continues.
You're watching News 13 Now, local and loving it.
Well, if you haven't yet gotten a turkey for Thanksgiving dinner, there's still time. And in our area, you can buy your meat right from the farm. I was at the Coke Turkey Farm earlier today, where I learned the holiday's most popular dinner.
Turkeys are ugly, weird-looking creatures, but they make for some tasty platters, which is part of the reason why they're so popular this time of year, says Dwayne Cuck, Vice President of Cuck's Turkey Farm. They grow about 700,000 turkeys a year here and in a variety of breeds. The most popular the bronze bird.
It grows slower. A lot of people feel it tastes better. It's a little denser meat, a little less fat, and it has more meat yield. And it's become really popular. The sales grow like 20% a year on the bronze.
They also sell organic.
Our sales on organic were up 30% this year.
He says that's especially popular because more and more people are buying food without GMOs or genetically modified food. He also says his farm is one of 3 in the country that is a certified humane turkey farm. He says his turkeys don't have GMOs in their diet and have more room to roam.
There's no stress on the birds, which, you know, they say makes them taste better, and I think it does because, you know, they have a pretty stress-free life.
He says they give them double the amount of space, which makes the birds less stressed and the meat more flavorful.
We're only allowed to grow 7.5 pounds per square foot, where a regular commercial operation is growing 13 to 14 pounds per square foot. So it's really double the room. And then if you take their outdoor space too, you know, now you're down to like 4 pounds per square foot or 3.5.
Here's something to relieve some of your stress and another reason to be thankful this holiday season. The cost of putting Thanksgiving on the dinner table is down slightly from 2012. The average Turkey Day dinner will cost just under $50, saving you about 40 cents from what you spent last year.
Time now for News 13 weather.
In tonight's weather shot, we're local and loving it along Broad Street in Hazleton, where you can feel the hustle and bustle of the traffic and anticipation of the holiday, or perhaps some of the bad weather headed our way tomorrow. Checking the National Weather Service radar, just the occasional sprinkle or flurry moving through the region, but that's going to change as we hit this time tomorrow. Here's News 13 weather from the National Weather Service for Greater Hazleton for tonight. A slight chance of snow toward the morning with a low around 21. Tuesday, snow showers through the morning, then rain, snow showers, and sleet through the afternoon, and rain and snow showers through the evening. High near 35 degrees. A wintry mix of rain and sleet during the overnight, then changing all to rain, a low around 30 degrees. Wednesday morning, rain giving way to a wintry mix of rain, sleet, and snow through the day, a high near 36. Snow showers during the overnight and cold, with low around 16. A windy Thanksgiving Day, a chance of morning snow showers, then partly sunny and a cold with a high around 21 degrees. Very cold at night with a low around 13 degrees. Friday, sunny with a high near 25 degrees. Now heading on over to Schuylkill County for tonight, a slight chance of light snow toward the morning with a low around 22. For Tuesday, a chance of snow during the morning, then freezing rain likely with mixing sleet and snow during the afternoon, turning all into rain in the late afternoon with a high near 34. Little or no snow and ice accumulation expected. It will rain at night with a low around 34 degrees. Wednesday morning, some rain showers, then a mix of rain and snow through the high near 39. Rain and snow showers during the evening with a low around 19 degrees. Thanksgiving Day, mostly sunny with a high near 28. Cloudy and cold at night with a low around 15. Friday, sunny with a high near 30. Temperatures below freezing day after day means it's good news for folks who love to ski. As Samantha Galvez tells us, snowmakers at one local ski resort have been busy lining the slopes.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. At least that's what the guys over at Eagle Rock Resort are saying.
It all depends on the humidity. We can make snow in about 28 degrees and below.
Eagle Rock Resort turned on their snowmakers for the first time for the upcoming winter season just over the weekend.
We take high pressure water, we inject high pressure air into the water, and it blows the water apart into little droplets, and the little droplets freeze, and we have fans that blow the mixture out into the atmosphere where it freezes and falls as snow.
However, without the right conditions and temperatures, snow might have to wait.
In mild temperatures like tonight, it'll take maybe 12 hours to make 3-4 inches of snow, whereas if it was 10 degrees out, we might be able to make 15-20 feet of snow in 12 hours.
What a lot of people don't realize is that snowmaking is a 24/7 operation, weather permitting. It's the backbone of the ski area. Without it, snow is a no-go. The snow you see at home and the snow you see at ski resorts like these have the exact same chemical makeup, despite popular disbelief. If all of the snowmakers are turned on at once, the whole system could pump up to 2,200 gallons of water in just 1 minute. You call this sugar snow?
Yep.
Because it sticks?
Yep.
And that's what we like?
Yep.
Sugar snow, he says, is the kind of snow that's better for the mountain. If it melts right away and doesn't stick, the snow won't stick around for too long.
If there's high humidity, the water won't absorb into the air, and basically the droplets won't freeze, and they'll just fall out of suspension.
Eagle Rock Resort plans on opening their slopes around the 14th or 15th of December, weather permitting, of course.
We'll have enough snow to open several trails. As long as we have favorable conditions to make snow, we'll be making snow 24/7 until mid-February.
Samantha Galvez, News 13, Eagle Rock.
And let's check those winning Midday Lottery numbers. Good luck if you played. The daily numbers 917, the Big Four 5473, the Quinto 20143, and the Treasure Hunt 1, 7, 10, 18, 25. Hope you won.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the Pennsylvania Theater of Performing Arts will be presenting 'Twas the Night Before Christmas at the J.J. Ferrara Center in Hazleton. The show will be held from December 5th through 8th and 12th through 15th. For more information and tickets, please call 570-454-5451 or visit ptpashows.org. And also, the Hazleton Area Art League is celebrating the holidays by inviting the public to an exhibit, 5 Bands for $5 concert, and its annual holiday event, Winterfest. From November 22nd to December 15th, the exhibition Reflections, Experiments, and Thoughts will be on display at the gallery. November 30th, the gallery will host 5 bands from 6 to 11 p.m. And on December 7th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., the league will present Winterfest at the Good Shepherd Church Social Hall. For more information about any of these events, please call 570-453-1337. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. William D. Winslow of Yardley. Mass is Saturday at 10 a.m. in the St. Joseph the Worker Church. Friends may call from 9 to 10 a.m. Edward E. Rico of Wilkes-Barre. Funeral is Tuesday at 10 a.m. from the John V. Morris Family Funeral Home. Friends may call Monday from 4 to 8 p.m. Edward F. Rannick, formerly of Hazleton. Arrangements will be announced by the Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home. Patricia A. Singley of Nuremberg. Funeral will be held Wednesday at 11 a.m. from the Harmon Funeral Home. Friends may call Tuesday from 5 to 8 p.m. Esther P. Westcott Sturzen of Coaldale. Mass is Wednesday at 11 a.m. from the St. Peter and Paul Roman Catholic Church. Friends may call Wednesday from 10 to 11 a.m. Arrangements are by the E. Franklin Griffiths Funeral Home. Edward J. Yolito of Sugarloaf. Funeral is Wednesday at 10 a.m. from the Harmon Funeral Home. Friends may call Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. Mary Rose Rosie Dolben of Mahoney City. The David D. Jarrett Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Elizabeth C. Betty Loudman of Shenandoah. Lugovitz Orvitzfeld Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. And Mary D. Postupak of McAdoo. Arrangements will be announced by the Damiano Funeral Home.
This is News 13 Sports.
Well, as we sit here on what is the coldest day since way back in February, winter is here, folks. I don't care what the calendar says. The last thing you're thinking of is a nice dip in the pool. Yeah, you wish, right? Well, now hold on. Remember the Lady Cougar swim team, that's exactly what they're doing every day. And the truth of the matter is, they do it better than just about anybody in northeastern Pennsylvania. They're getting ready for another exciting season, and they are definitely a team that everybody in the conference is looking for. Of course, as we sat down with Michelle Yakubowski, their coach, this is the same girls team, for the most part, that qualified for states in water polo just last month, and there definitely is a correlation between the two.
Quite a few of our starters for water polo were also our state swimmers for swimming last year, and they're back, and hopefully we'll have the same kind of season we did last year. The girls have had a 3-year run where we lost districts by 1.5 points, we tied districts, and we finally won districts by ourselves last year, and they would definitely like to see that happen again.
Now, in the conference, the girls will definitely be right in the mix. There's no question about that. And, this is now the team that is the hunted. They got the target on their backs, and that's something you got to keep in mind.
Well, we keep trying to remind the girls about what they felt like at districts and how the hard work that they put in when they were the chasers. So they need to get back in and do the same thing, because I know, that those teams are going to want the win themselves. So this is a very competitive district for that, and they just have to want to go back to states again like they did last year.
And again, as we pointed out with the boys last week, it's not just the teams in the Wyoming Valley. The Wyoming Valley Swim Conference includes a lot of the schools up in the Lackawanna. So a lot of those teams you got to keep an eye on, as well as the Holy Redeemers in Wyoming Valley West?
I would say that Abingtonites is definitely going to be a strong program, and Holy Redeemer absolutely. And I think Williamsport's going to be the dark horse this year coming into the district meet. They had a phenomenal district meet last year, and most of those girls are coming back this year.
Now, when you come into a season as the defending district champs, then you got to say, where do you set the bar? It's already been set pretty high, but this team certainly has lofty expectations, and they have the ability that they just might be able to put up the numbers.
I believe that the girls team is a little bit more well-balanced with experience and inexperience, so I think that's going to help in the depth area right off the bat, as opposed to the boys having more new people than experienced. So I think that the experienced girls can work with the new girls and show, be good examples, and I think that it helps with the meet situation, the holes in the lineups and things like that when you have a little bit more versatile kids right off in the beginning meets.
So they're about 10 days away from the start of the season. We'll be keeping an eye on them and be previewing a lot of the other winter sports teams. So getting ready. We head down toward Thanksgiving. Now they hit the mats last Friday night at Martz Hall for what seemed like a regular night on those mats, and it was just that with just a little twist. Pottsville Wrestling and United Way paired up in what created some good competition. Just about 10 wrestling matches were in action at iconic Martz Hall. Ongoers watched at what looked like to be an ordinary wrestling match, but not so fast. The Pottsville Wrestling team from middle school all the way up to high school wanted to give a little back to the community, and so they did. That's where United Way comes into place. And the two created wrestling matches to raise some money for the United Way of Schuylkill Valley. The cost was $5 for anybody who wanted to watch.
We're raising money for a good cause, so we just have a bunch of people here coming out, watching us wrestle. We got a new coach. He's originally from Blue Mountain. We're doing good things here.
Now, the night included 3 elementary, 2 junior high, and 4 high school matches. All proceeds, as we said, brought into the event, benefit the United Way of Schuylkill Valley. So a lot of fun for what is absolutely a great cause. Glad to see that. Good night down at Martz Hall. There usually is.
It was an exciting and sold-out night for community members in Pottsville this weekend. The Pottsville Gymnastic and Theatrical Center hosted its first musical at the Silver Majestic Theater, which sold out both nights they performed. Annie Kids is, of course, based on the famous musical Annie, except the cast included only kids from ages 5 to 14 years old. The musical is set in the 1930s New York City, where Annie leaves the orphanage and goes to live with billionaire Daddy Warbucks. Maddie Swick played the lead and said the best part was when she and her castmates sang the ever-famous song Tomorrow.
There's no mistakes. It just went good through. I was nervous and excited mixed together. I just like being on stage and meeting new friends.
The whole show is incredible. I mean, they're just a great group of children, and I feel so honored and blessed to be able to work with them. I think we put on a really great show for the community.
The director said she was sad to see the show end, but couldn't be happier over its huge success.
Joe D., the Yankee Clipper, Joltin' Joe DiMaggio, would have been 99 today. Hi, everybody. On this Thanksgiving week Monday, November 25th, this is Trivia Treats. On the same day that Joltin' Joe was born 99 years ago in 1914, the Yale Bowl in New Haven, Connecticut, opened with Harvard routing Yale 36-0. The crowd of over 70,000 was the largest ever to see a sporting event in the United States up to that time. Not only was it the largest stadium ever built in this country at that time, but it was the first bowl-shaped facility and provided the inspiration for the Rose Bowl in 1922, the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum in 1923, and Michigan Stadium in 1927. 35 years ago, in 1978, a miracle took place in New York. The miracle at the Meadowlands. Giants quarterback Joe Pisarcik fumbled away a certain victory against the Eagles at Giant Stadium. New York led 17-12 with 31 seconds remaining and a 3rd and 2 on their own 29. Philadelphia had no timeouts left, and all Pisarcik had to do was fall on the ball or take a knee for the win. but offensive coordinator Bob Gibson called for a handoff. Pisarcik mishandled the snap. Eagles safety Herman Edwards picked up the loose ball and jaunted into the end zone for a 19-17 Eagles win. Mother of God. Well, the Giants fired Gibson the following day. Exactly 47 years ago today, in 1966, after a season which he compiled a record of 27-9 and a 1.74 ERA in 323 innings, 30-year-old Dodgers ace Sandy Koufax announced his retirement. Koufax cited his arthritic left elbow and is concerned about a permanent crippling disability. Wilt Chamberlain nabbed a still-standing NBA record 55 rebounds 53 years ago last night in 1960. But his Philadelphia Warriors lost by 3 points to the Boston Celtics at Convention Hall in Philadelphia. Finally, exactly 65 years ago from this Thanksgiving Day, in 1948, before a tremendous crowd on a simply gorgeous day, West Hazelton finally beat Hazelton 7-6 for the first time in 17 years since 1931. However, in 4 of those years, they did not play each other. Have a healthy and holiday weekend. Stay loose, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving.